Greetings, you. Today we're doing more of the random generators from the springhold.net writing role-playing randomators selection, and this is going to be a collection of location generators. Now there's a lot of these. I'm not going to do all of them. I'm going to do some of them. I think they're a little more interesting ones. And the first one we're going to look at is the creepy site generator, and that's going to be it says creepy site generator. It's a burned out bus station located in a rougher part of the city. It was built in the 1980s, and an old woman was killed here a long time ago. So I would definitely tie in the death with the burned out part. And maybe they rebuilt it and it just keeps burning. Like they rebuild it and then like the next day it looks like it's burned out again. And no one can, they have to lift the curse to find the person that killed and burned the woman, or burn the woman alive. Yeah, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, so next is, we'll do fantastic realm generator. This area is inhabited by fairies and goblins, most of whom seem quite prim and proper. Most of them live in the rustic-looking city. Many among them seem a bit preoccupied with a reinterpreted book, and having fancy parties is a common pastime here. Magic is practiced by some. The surrounding countryside is mostly hilly and spattered with prickly trees, huge grass, and unusual wildflowers. It's led by a king who the people feel is tyrannical. Wow, there's a lot to chew on in this one. I think you'd have to do some work, but I think you could. I'm really getting this, prim, proper 19th century kind of vibe. I mean, not 19th century. We do 18th century. The kind of just was for getting out of the powdered wig vibe and moving on to something a little more 19th century. So yeah, I kind of like that. I think that's a good one. Okay. Let's do the fast food generator. It's for fun. Fast food restaurant generator. Fast food restaurant's menu focuses on fish, and the food is fairly priced to extremely overpriced. Recently, changes have been made to the menu to make it healthier. Also, customers have complained of nausea after eating there. I would not do extremely overpriced. I'd be doing lower priced to fairly priced. So it's the Taco Bell of the fish. Long John Silver. Everybody remember Long John Silver? I have no idea if Long John Silver is even still in existence. Here we go. House generator spooky. This enormous house looks very modern and is in poor condition. The interior is done in colors that remind you of an overcast sky. The yard is small and resembles a meadow. Also, it was built over the remains of a house that was destroyed in an earthquake. Wow, I like that. Interior is done in colors that remind you of an overcast sky. I realize this is randomly generated, but that's a good line. Sky was the color of television tuned to static. Yeah, I like this. That's a good one. That's very evocative. Of course, they'll have to discover that the house was built over another structure that was destroyed in an earthquake, and how that may bear relevance on the present, and why the building is run down, even though it is very modern in appearance. Though it could still be a modern appearance, could be a Frank Lloyd Wright style and be very modern looking, but it is not necessarily new, so it could have been ahead of its time, kind of thing. Yeah. Alrighty. Lost civilization generator. This aggressive civilization was famous for its art, prosperity, and agriculture. It was destroyed in a series of earthquakes. So they were militaristic into arts and prosperity and alcohol. I'm thinking Spartan. I'm thinking like I'm thinking that Spartans come into my mind for this. And it was racked by a series of earthquakes. So now there's just a pale shadow of this civilization left. Is any of the culture extant, or are people dispersed, and are the current languages spoken in the areas, different languages, all based off of the original language that was from this place? Yeah, I kind of like that idea. You can do some stuff with that. All right, so what do we got left here? We go magic store and shop generator. This place sells a somewhat limited selection of personal teleportation items. The merchandise is of average quality and is somewhat overpriced. Most customers report the staff is very helpful. So this is a world where it's high fantasy. Magic items are ubiquitous. They have replaced rapid transit. I like that idea. I've always enjoyed high fantasy games where magic replaces technology, things like that. I thought that was kind of cool. So yeah, I approve of that generator. Alrighty. Well, I think the school generator. What's the school generator tell us? This enormous private school has a fairy tale-like look to it. Overall, the school has a good reputation. Recently, the school's science club won an award. Now, just because of the way that a fairy tale looks, so maybe fairy tale look is legitimate. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's got a connection to the Fae, and the Fae helped the science club win an award with not science. And the revelation of this is going to reveal to the world that there is magic, or at least to some faction of the world. Kind of like that. Yes, meow, sweetie pie. Yes. Alrighty, so here we go. It's spaceship generator. This moderate-sized ship is shaped vaguely like an egg and is in average condition. The interior looks very old-fashioned and is done in colors that remind you of a mocha coffee. It is fairly fast, it's extremely sturdy, and is fairly fuel efficient. I like the egg ship. I like the egg ship. It sounds like a good ship for an adventuring crew to have. Sturdy, fully fuel efficient, just fast enough to be of use, but boring looking and decent condition, but not great. Yeah, I like this. I like this idea. That's cool. Let's do one last one. We'll do the town generator. This small town is located in the mountains and looks very modern. It is best known for its unique sports stadium. Also, rumor has it that the inhabitants may not be entirely human. Now, because the way they worded this, I'm thinking modern era, but I guess you wouldn't have to have a sports stadium be modern era. I mean, they had sports stadiums in other eras. What's so unique about the sports stadium? And why do people think the inhabitants may not be entirely human? Are they particularly good at a certain type of sport? Better than would be easily explainable? Like everyone that participates from this town in this sport is better than average. So statistically, it makes it just not. It makes no sense. Why are they all so good at this kind of thing? I like that. I like that quite a bit. And I didn't cry. I didn't close the wrong window. So there you go. This has been the location and setting generators from the springhold.net page. I'm really enjoying these. I've got 2 more to do, I think, and I'm having a blast with these. I really am. I hope you're enjoying them, and I hope that these will give you ideas to play with. And of course, we can also obviously talk about how you would interpret the things that I've just read differently